Spanish every summer. Skate up the set to achieve this goal quick. Summertime's unforgettable. Boosters in abundance. Buy half price sweater new. You want it if you ain't live it. I'm from with your Nas with Z-Ball and Thugs are at odds at each other's.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Our game tonight featuring the New York Knicks as they go up against the Indiana Pacers. Checking out the Pacers, they've had a tough time over the last few weeks. 3-7 in their last 10 games. We'll see if they can make amends tonight. Well, the Pacers certainly have the defensive side of the game down pat. Very strong defense for them for several seasons running. The problem, Shaq, the offense. How do they make the most of their possessions?
Well, they don't have the personnel to get out and run, so they need to be very smart, especially when they slow it down. They have to minimize turnovers.
Well,
.58 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Freak, he's in at the point. Anthony out there with Kevin Seraphin. Then it's John Henson, and it's Afflalo in at the 2-guard.
He's only gotten harder.
Pacers leading by 9. On the wing, Stuckey. Outside Hill. Pick up by Hill. 6 to shoot. Hill has the open look, and good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey. And that's 10 points for Hill. It's stolen by Hill, and the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Solomon Hill, he's checked in for Paul George. And here is Hill. He's definitely a factor in their offense, averaging 12 points a game. Outside Hill. Stuckey for 3, and Indiana another 3. And so we wrap up the first half. Pacers lead by 14. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You look at Paul George. C.J. Miles comes in for LaVoy Allen. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for George Hill. On the court for Indiana, we've got Rodney Stuckey. Turner is out there with Paul George. Then there's C.J. Miles. And it's Ellis at the 2 spot. Stuckey outside. Dishes to George. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Here's where the New York Knicks sit early in the season in the NBA statistics. First in fewest turnovers per game. First in opponent offense. And they are in the top 10 in field goal percentage. This is a team that shows excellent discipline at the offensive end.
And, you know, going back to their turnovers, fewest in our league, that shows you the intelligence they play with. You have to beat them. They are not going to do it for you.
Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. In Indiana with a change here, too. Hill, he's checked in for Monte Ellis. And George drops them both. Knicks trail by 18. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Rockets really had a hard time. He ended with 7 points, and he made them pay for their fouls, putting up a good amount of his totals from the line. He never seemed to find his rhythm and ended with an abysmal shooting percentage. We'll see if he can bounce back here.
All right, Doris, thanks. What do you think held him back?
You know, he certainly didn't seem to have the same level of energy that we're accustomed to seeing. I mean, he just looked a bit fatigued out there.
Yep, mentally and physically. I mean, it wasn't just he was a step slow. He also seemed to get down on himself and lose his energy and enthusiasm and confidence. He needs to find a spark here tonight.
Knicks shooting 31% here in the third. Offensively, they are looking bleak. And Henson kicks to Anthony. From outside, off the mark.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Here's Serafin. The Pacers pull it in. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
You know what? That's a game where the coach might just want to burn the video, because there's no question they're a better team than what we saw, but they got crushed on that night.
And I'm still trying to figure out what happened to Craig, quite honestly. I mean, no matter how it looks on paper, you still got to show up and play and compete. And it looked like they were not interested in being there.
Stuckey passes to George. There's a good screen. Here is Miles, covered by Anthony. It's George on the wing. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Melo having a terrific game. 15 points and 1 steal as well.
And if I had to pick what he's done best today, I'd probably lean towards the offensive performance.
Well, just to be a contrarian, I'm going to go to the other side because he's been just as impressive, I think, at the defensive end.
Indiana making some changes. Lavoy Allen's checked in for George, and it's Hill in for C.J. Miles.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot. To go so far.
Outside Hill. Stuckey setting the pick for Hill. Indiana again missing.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
And count it. 2 points with a chance for 1 more at the free throw line.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
And as we end the third. Welcome back. 4th quarter action starting up. Allen. Pacers leading by 10. Freak in at point guard. John Henson out there with Anthony. Then it's Gary Neal. And it's Lopez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for New York right now. Ellis dishes to George. 5 on the clock. Hands it from downtown.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
And it's Freak missing.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Hill kicks to Ellis. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
What a game for Ellis. He has 8 points and 2 blocks. Really dominating this game, just taking it over.
And really, the fact that he's making it look so effortless while he's doing it.
Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Indiana. And they're moving it up. And George, here we go. Rebounded by Anthony. Anthony's got 8 rebounds in this game. Releases from 15. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not so unlucky 13 shots.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
Pick up by Hill. Hill passes to Ellis. It's back to Hill. Indiana again missing.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Now here's Freak. He's covered closely. To the middle, poked away. And oh, here we go with Hill. Nobody back. And that one's good. And what's your
level defensively? I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
Here's Freak. It's rebounded by Indiana. Hill's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively. Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Freak kicks to Anthony. Lopez, a screen on George. Anthony drives in, and it's sent back by George. Heck, and still knocked it down. Nice composure.
And that's an important rebound, especially on a night where the board work has not. Been their best.
But they're still in this one, fellas. Can they pump it up a notch here in the clutch?
Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for New York. Flalo comes in for Gary Neal. And the Pacers also making a change. Allen's checked in. They set the screen. Hill dishes to Ellis. It's back to Hill. Clock at 6. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. 7 points for Hill.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Pacers.
And Clark, their hard work on the glass paid off.
You know, they both are excellent rebounding teams. I thought it was a tough battle underneath both ways.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Greg, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
And what a huge standout performance it was for George. He was really important under the basket, making the plays down low and getting position to pull in rebounds.
And Chalmers kicks to Turner. Allen outside. On the wing, Hill. Kicks it to Miles. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And it's on its way from Chalmers for 2. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Freak passes to Serafin. Here's Neal. Lets it go from 14. Road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA.
Guys, Paul George standing by with me here. And Paul, first, congratulations on the win. What's the attitude you have as a team right now?
Continue to, play together.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George. He led the way tonight with a double-double and was a major reason why they won tonight. His effort and intensity gave them the boost they needed.
Boom, boom, boom. That's right, Ernie.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the New York Knicks going up against the Magic in Orlando. Checking out the Magic, playing above 500 in the last few weeks. Not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. And while we have a moment here, another discussion topic. Shaq, you are one of the most physical players the league has ever seen. Who would you say right now are the league's most physical players?
Sorry to correct you, Ernie. Not one of the most, the most. But anyway, Ernie, to answer
you're
your
not
question,
sorry to correct me. You take great pleasure in correcting.
And one of the most humblest.
Elbow sandwich, that's right. So let me go, Ernie. Let's see. Point guards, how about Russell Westbrook? Shooting guards, I'm going to go with maybe D. Wade or Lance Stevenson.
Okay.
And at the small forward,
That's easy.
I got to go with the greatest of the game, LeBron King James.
Well, since he took the smaller guys, which is unique, I'm going to take the power forwards. Blake Griffin. And you know what?
He's one of the league's most physical players?
Yeah, Blake Griffin. Yeah, he's physical. He just gets thrown around a lot sometime, but...
Well, he's not physical then. Crazy.
No, but he throws it around too,
Oh,
man.
does not.
He throws it around.
Does not.
Yes, he does. He has...
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark. One look at the score tells you all you need to know. Magic have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. There's the screen. Here's Vucevic. And it's going to be 2 free throws.